Yes, so the specifically very interesting as well, where because created and or like for different for like the dollar for that that's a find the show as well and that day like find the show as well along with like the logo team not index the very like the dollar for that is not that are the at that point I'm looking for like the collective picture wide range of like find the show as well as like the logo as well as like the dollar for that collective picture vibration team just enough for like Nova to be able to like be able to exercise different like the movements of like what like the Lord calls the dimension the medium standard. That way that and at that point like being able to like precisely tell chat right the ball like the Lord ball will be about to like out from like the information like the now that is in that way like chat being able to like precisely like the movement after that, like the dog always will not take from like the ground. So like at that point, I'm not looking for like chat move to like retain like the dog for taking so much of damage that they did at that point. Like the old man bone crust, which might be percent second like the dog bone getting completely destroyed by the impact of that chat for the much greater like giving the scenarios that are the so like the moment like the first get destroyed like at that point the something like the small board like completely getting destroyed and while and disappearing while leaving behind like Arangitu as well as like and so at that point I'm looking like I don't being pointed over like this is fairly counted like this not that I'm looking while Arangitu by then I'm looking to lead the a certain extent of like the state that you so the demonstrate in such a manner like the old man of getting destroyed and that way that the old man found a place in the anyway, so like when we find the bigger question right now for that maybe right now Chad himself may be coming up with like probably telling having it goes to like from that who played acting and be allowed to allow himself to get captured by the door for and through that job or something like the collective picture vibration that basically Chad will be getting the necessary time required to like be able to like, prepare himself with just like no by the time like the door for would be then you know get from like the ground to like fight and bring down the door for so that the make number clear and right now is definitely for like eventually I'm going to maintain this Friday black chat trying to and the last Nova literally ending up becoming the success and explain them but hearing is like not only defeating and bringing down for the door for but like also as well as like the old man bomb but like also then the fearing also succeeding in like barely managing to like save Dororo as well by getting her just barely in time and like back at like shop of not that approach right. So the Hanataro that we're saving Dororo is like not that approach. But like I'm bringing in the process of that bring down the dog ball and like Dorman down like a bring from that name for like Nova like the guy getting suddenly destroyed is like fully destroyed is like not that approach. But like the again of that Nova definitely managing to like survive so like that way I'm totally Nova eventually making his return through Urana's help eventually through a totally different guy and I'm totally that to be a female guy and then to bring that new guy like Nova to be extremely beautiful and I'm going to bring like at that point like you're getting extremely jealous of like Nova that new guy as well as like Bond of totally bring principally having a mad cross on like Nova from that point that's another interesting take off Lack and then forget between the Android and Lack phones because Lack they down and there might be as on phone. So that personally when the variant of change of Lack after Lack program bad against Lack physical and specific that program may down that we return back to gain great and basically they are like to big thing for like program might have spend some time talking to like the Greystone or that game, and then Black Program might have most likely been released the Black Down. And like the case of Black Program, trust like the thing might be in Black Program, for example, and maybe Program might have transferred with Black one, and like that way, like the law of Black Program might have happened second game, and maybe it might be due to that Program maybe be well aware of that what might be according to my generation like there might be a consequences of that basically not written mission the current mission the current mission of that assigned by Jin might be like the case if you have like the power then might be like that with it that the sleep might be about which like Koga might be totally aware of and might be totally aware of and like Mabati when like the old man wrong might be like the activity of the game but being on the train but to do that Koga might be giving up a little bit something like it Koga after like non have brought down to the end of the room that that Koga and that returns back to like Jin might think himself might be so extremely disappointed and afraid Black Soda that Black King himself might take away all of like the life soul of Black Soda and bring Soda down. Might be, the nine protecting that Soda might felt absolutely itself and might have been like to give it to the brain. So and that way, due to that fact of like according to my brain, what might be to such a fact of I'm putting according to my brain, Soda doing exactly good and basically like in the case of like old man found as well as Mabati and differing like they're both like returning back uh in a and trying to like cover up like the embarrassment of like not being able to like see their victory by preparing to act on like in front of like Jin after like returning back to like Jin field. It's like they would not stand to the so like at that point I'm protecting like Jin and then racism that straight away taking away like the two like not each of them the strong like and bring that at that point that and then racism straight away taking away like Mabati instead of like the old man down like or the like so and this is that they bring down straight away bring down like Mabati instead of like the old man down. Yes, like the make my reason question right now that like the so because when like the long distance path that might have been maybe some like the non-type power of like the bound in like the long distance path might have investigated the name of the represent like the so because might have been seen that maybe it's like the possibility of that being that it's plugged out and trans of that non-type power of like the bounds is like the so because might have been like the name of the like not that feel that goal that might have been maybe the rating for that for the next technology that the reason for like the soul was that even creating in like the system of even creating an audience was good. Certainly not the very impression that so it might have been more might have been that can created with that tendency to like battle that the amount when they because like so that might have I can that might have battled like the long to the long distance pass to that can to walk and get the might have been actually but like the bounce might have even in that long distance pass might have proved to be way too strong to that uh, to like against that so because might have been like against the human so like to like to wipe out that obstacle that was over it might have created like want to might have been like the case completely dependent. But like even if the motor might have ended up they ended up going to be not strong enough to defeat the bound and like that might have been like the situations that we was currently like and that point I'm talking about might have been when like the soldiers might have decided that like the motor creation was like absolutely useless and might have decided to dispose of all the remaining notebooks might have been like the case with Nemo because like at that point like so because might have maybe changed the value from notebooks to that like on like manipulating and turning like the 20 against like the found to that way to stir up a battle between that the 20 tribe and like the found tribe and that way to have that so we and that basis for like so we look to like attempt to like catch up like the bound while they will be in that situation and we can like to might be the like some progress things that the sort of might have played the play my book in the realm so the play my book the realm is like the so because might have in like that long to back might have manipulated like the this by like telling the this that like the reason for like the existence of like photos in like the world was because of like the sound and like the 20s again like the again like the bounce might have been what might have happened and that might be how like the battle between in like the box between like the 20s and like the bounce might have happened to certain like different ranges. So like even during that battle of the different like the 20s might have well the ended up defeating like the bounce right might have been what might have happened. Yeah, like I'm just getting to at that point going that so the might have still attempted to like capture like the bounce still they might have failed and like the they don't like the objects about made out successfully managed to like all the remaining typical bounce might have still successfully managed to like escape from like the captive like so it was might have been the captive this would be like the military. So and it might have been black and then eventually it might have been Asian alien that might have still given up on black the hope of black find being a black find and capture black about and be for like able to that achievement of that able then so like able might have often steadily with the like the human world uh, might have been like the being of them and that way Asian which it might have Asian and eventually might have managed to that capture to find and capture like here black and on black black Asian to one might have managed to that after like hearing the black I can repeat it as black people I don't might have really managed to that find and capture account might have been what made a pattern so that it might have been reasons that might have most likely just be brought black the cancer from black to black fairy to that Purana black treated that and like Purana black method of black treated because then black the Reishi that was that found in front of like the laboratory that might have been most likely due to lack the due to lack the things that like reason might have on this might have been reason after like might have that learn from what that is things that Asian might have getting entered into like the last like the capture so and might have experimented on like the capture so with the threat attempt to that to transfer immortality from like the bound to Asian might have been an organization made of attenders of that when the organization might have ended up failing at like the forms of like that happened failing like the audience might have been on like also like the loss of like that also might have been what made of like the make of theory. Like use mitochondrial restrictions for like the complexity and actual serious consequence of like consuming of like bound controlling the great extent like so might be that that will be the case with the and like the only they might be that the bounds like age allowed but like like actually that table process might be them to like the point of that is them losing their morality and turning into that moment and like like design things also have ending up with the allow as well might be less the case that is on the image. So like that might be the trade-off for like the power might be that the gains that we might be in. So that this might be the seed because the person most likely person the things that the bound plan might be that that's the case and which might have culture in that the bound plan having the whole never ancient bound that having the old to that never consume the light so can might have straight away assume that might have been most likely a light created by the then bound ancient bound here who might have been too soft and that way to like prevent like the bound from that conflict dynastic act might be along the lines of the like might be under like the blind and like the blind belief that is that is like to look upon the camera door regardless of that how many like so like about from here like about it that is grow strong up and work at all to it like in my that or it's like the name of the direct so right now that like it might have been maybe a like some experimentation procedure and like preparation and step uh, which is like it might attempted to like which like it might have attempted to like execute like the whole for the program to like transfer of like magic power from like power to a sovereign for which that one member might have attempted and failed that might be what like might be the exact documentation that King himself might have been like the one that might have given away that documentation kept it in a hidden like state might be like the case and this exact documentation might be what like right now here it have found definitely not the name. So definitely I'm different like Mayori was like we were sharing that sort of the error and basically eventually I'm different Mayori also for sharing in like seeing and capturing capturing chats one of like the bounds before that Ichigo and team could be so that Ichigo and team could be different down last gym and at the long reflecting is not that of the so that Mayori is appearing in the chapter amount of the world that is being appearing in that lecturing and invasion and this that way I'm going to trying that Mayori appearing in that transforming that the immortality power. So like from that point on, that every morning that the Rokon district waking up to that the mysterious law of that recovery uh, from like the Rokon district like Rukna then like every night like I'm going to imagine my always steadily slipping out of like everything and like steadily continuing on and maintaining this like mortality. So like about the memory machine of so then like you see my urine might about an break by like the whole complex the down do not control like so it might have been actually that we need everything both that we have to find out my urine initially and present might have just wanted to like catch up about solely to like have that bond about that we both to learn from you and then for like my other like go to that round to learn to life road way beyond its limit and they will be like at that point every that found those of it that human beach and learn more like and like the law happens that the thing that I was again for like there being different racial types might be like the case so like the all bound might be having like the very exact same ratio type, which might be a negative ratio type. It might be one among like the multiple ratio types naturally, which might exist, but like the case of found like all of them like the annually negative ratio types might be like the case that we know to be understood. But like among like the 20 like number of something it might be extremely rare for like the 20 to like now what might be from the strain ratio type like the spray ratio types might be also another ratio type currently might be very important. So like it might be extremely rare to like it will be put about lack of strain ratio type and lack. So species like the strain ratio type might be having like the potential to that grow far could be definitely stronger when compared to that the remaining when you might be like that with the case, you know, the thing. But like the all that power might be and what it might be coming with like a strong like that extreme power whenever it's that youth that might at times might be having like the tendency to like have some power on using that getting those brain and as well might be like the game that being under the I'm forgetting I'm forgetting the sprain like in the spring like that country might have to like put in a lot of effort into that beginning back like the power and having that work around into that getting back like the power and doing that body and more so might be how like spraining especially like might country might be uh, having to like deal with that will be involved might be like the team that we might be very able to go. Certainly from that majority leaders today like the it might have been that the nation will be leader who might have had like been from like who might have been like a big figure on like the leader who lacked the bounce while batting again would be like they might be after that exact to be to land where they capture that swing and to attain that the bounce back then might have been aware of like the different range types and like the swing that continue most likely having like swing type might have been like the case that you know then like bounce might have been aware of and like naturally will be power might be advantages to bounce power might be like and the difficulty of the training. So like bounce might be naturally weak to laterals might be the case that near credit. So like but they are looking like now spring capturing out spring ratio type will be might be and like taking the next one of that 50 might be seen by the bounce rate as like the way to like sometimes like the 20 might have been like the case that may have been the player with bring that exact QC like my origin date from like the input of like that exact QC lab the line of descendant to lyric to lab for the same descendant of that exact QC lyric might be if it up study might be lyric so that that was also that the represent the thing for like that to level like we having a spring appreciate like while at the same time, like instead of grandpa as well as like neither of which parents uh, might have not all had like restrained every life might have been like given bread. And yet at the same time, is something like the government and might have actually considering like gathering activity with latter of training type as well as like about might have been what that happens in the medical aid. So that even might have said the thought that will be as well as that subjects found into that to run around lab back then and lab that accelerated that then and they even might have had made that found that continuum that realized so that frequency might have been what might have happened to the name and frame rate. So that way that might have been an identified reasons to have that found uh, attain like the 50 power as well and that so reason to that transfer that power of like the law with like the 20 powers towards like even that way for like even to that attain of like silver but also like to that for hopefully attain like 20 power as well as like the power of then might be along the lines of different of like an attempt that Ethan might have made or like that attempt might have public way might have been what might have happened that might have been found racing and like one out of that for that, like these are the theorem written right now that my recent total might have experiment so far might have experimented on a total of that 141 20 might be like that is the case the meaning of the theorem with so like Q 141 might be 20 141 might be like the case of the meaning of the theorem and like the 141 and final as we see that like that my might have experimented upon might have been most likely treated as that grandma might be like the same coming by vegetarian. So that definitely have a different like after like my recipe against like Isra, my might have been so extremely frustrated and brain at like Isra that like recently my might have been absolutely government to like actually get this like as to prevent against like Isra might have been like against the even so like so such a realistic intent like the very first thing my might have done most likely after like turning back to like this like more service might have been my might have straight away took out like the data of like one of the black box experiment of like Q141 what might be the Grand Man like you might have created like a perfect version of that Q141 uh an exact lookalike of that grandpa because like it already then to that eventually by might be determined to like eventually find Ishida and that brings the slack from the version of that grandpa and while taking on Ishida at that point and basically like after going up Ishida grandpa to that mentally region Ishida and one like my original like at that point might be hoping might have been hoping for at that point for like my to be able to that one for I think this might have been my original plan and with such plan like my original might have created this like purpose of that grandpa might have been one way of having it on the team might have remember it. So like at certain like my original plan might be to that send this that puppet version that is of grandpa along with like memo to lab towards lab Ishida and basically through lab Ishida grandma puppet version to lab below Ishida current that is to bring down the mountain like the human world to be monumentally popular by language capability it with lack the theme of lack is already possibility figuring out the way to lack or lack the bound. Maybe along the lines of like the text my making help to like at that point while like the bound will be almost bigger and only weaker like at that point. While having Nemo put on that as they act in front of like the cold record as a black Nemo land then was sort of to like help them with the battle against Lexodon. So that way they have a bit of exercise because like finding out like from like suddenly from like Nemo to like move one of like the weakened from to towards lab and bring that we can from towards lab might be along the lines of the different priority plan might be. So yeah, at that point, what that way through the manner for like my original like see about as well as like keep it up and then for like my original like how to first conduct was like they conduct with like experiment on like about and basically to change to make that effort like estimate that have good change in the bound to turn that bound into such a bound that would only take orders from that from Mayuri and then for like Mayuri to give the order to like that bound to take it around like so like 24 and then at that point to have that bound turn into an ultimate powerful warrior that existing solely to like serve my the range so right now that maybe it might be Yacha or that might be that's the inroad of that like charity. Maybe most likely to do that can that is being extremely insecure about like actually doing it and actually giving that the home to that and that one to like head off to that the human world and to save Mati, like to give such an order that can be extremely insecure about might be able to empathy is lack of conflict, like my using might be that still empathy might be usually the game of caring about like market and then really make them like save market and like empathy to give such an order like empathy might be extremely insecure about. So like empathy might have maybe along with like yeah might have developed from such tragic and this game so that way have black and white squad like on the chain of like this like speed program for like for petrol like have yeah so you are black and white squad again all the way to the second word and is be in the name of that trying to like capture this like speed program for like capacity and squad to like the uh black and white to like parliament great squad and this need to have them and that way for second party along with the squad to be able to like can party like lead the squad towards like Monkey Chino and we go back to like work together and try to like say Monkey Chino. So like the lead much of their ambitions that like the answer was like strong still might be what might be ability to like to high to extreme levels so that like actually even at like those systems with like around squad might not be able to that exactly like the answer was like specific and that realize that the answer is like the clean on the clear and written right now is that judge set up a smooth person situation might be just that not much time not much great extent of time might not be remaining until lag when the enterprise and lag security that supposedly expecting for lag reason to lag finally what was like the power of like why they might be expecting for like agent to be perceiving finally the feeling in like perceiving like the power of like the hope they might be like that to different someone situation especially by the very which is so like and present like I'm looking at like control like might have might be most likely wanting like each and every single one of like the squad captain to assemble and like the exact location where like in the side might be which might be that general side home personal training ground might be the case. So that randomly that might be one way to contain within like the net. It might be an order by general side to each and every single for like by to like bring each and every single one of like the squad captain to that training ground of secondary side where like a design might be planning on that training all the squad captain might be that and to prepare them for like education of this return that season is that might be like that with the needs of the vegetarian.